You two boys know each other, but do you know X as well?
I knew X as well.
So you kind of had connections between the three of you. What are your impressions of each other? What do you know about each other?
Guys who are heavy on winning. I know that from playing against both of them. I was super excited when I saw both their names pop up, and I was like, oh man, yeah, this is about to be exciting. It's gonna be a fun year. So I don't know if y'all want to say anything, but I was excited to play with y'all.
Strong first impressions, strong as hell and strong as hell. I think obviously Tuck playing in the NBA and being in the situations that he had is special and unique in itself. Not too many people understand like what it takes to get there and do what he's done at such a young age, still 24. And JC is still a hell of a career playing in Italy, being away from family, doing the things that he's done is great as well. But I think being able to play with these guys is definitely going to be special. And it's not something that's going to come together really quickly. It's going to take time. But it's the future for us is exciting.
So who's the leader out of the three boys?
We call Uncle X. Now I'm playing. I'm playing. Definitely X though. He's the oldest out of all of us. He's been here in this league already 1 year. So just that alone, his knowledge about the game, kind of leaned on him. I was texting him the other day, and I was kind of like, hey, like I look at you like my big brother. Like we locked in. Like let me know. Like you know what I'm saying? Whatever you see. But I feel like even with that, like he's such a leader that he's a sponge too. So whatever I see, I can come and tell him. So it's not really too much one-sided. It's kind of like a collective thing.
Jordan, you've got a little boy, mate. Talk to me about being a dad and how that's changed your life.
I got my son. His name is JC. He's after my grandpa. That's like my best friend. Like we do everything together. This summer, I had him with me everywhere. Like, went to the Diamondbacks baseball game. Like, I went to a soccer game with him. So it's my little man. So it's changed. It's crazy because it makes you like age so quickly because you have someone else to take care of. Someone else is watching everything you do. So it puts you in a different mindset that not only what you do affects yourself, but affects him as well. So it's been a blessing and it's been something positive. So he starts kindergarten today actually. So.
So he's 4, is he?
Yeah, but he turns 5 in September, so he's starting early.
Is it hard, like obviously you play overseas, is it hard to leave and you be away from him for long periods of time?
Yeah, no, it's definitely difficult, but he has his passport now, so first Thanksgiving break he'll be coming out here, so I'm excited for that.
I spoke to your cousin Eli just while we were watching you practice, and he told me that when you're in Philly, you hit it off with Dwight Howard.
Yeah, that's my guy. D. Howard, man, he's a smart guy, super intelligent on and off the court, and just one thing he just harped on me is about having fun with this. You get one life, you gotta enjoy it. Be smart about it, but enjoy it. So.
And X, you've got a little bit of an NBA connection. You're friends with Andrew Wiggins, is that right? Have you connected with him since he won the title? And can you talk a bit about that?
I haven't connected much with Wiggs, but yeah, that's his dad and my dad played at Florida State together. They played on the Sixers together. We were really close growing up. We've kind of drifted apart a little bit now, but I still follow everything he does. And still obviously with him winning the championship and having the role that he played. But to have somebody in my life growing up that I was able to be around, and we really pushed each other. And I think that was, to have guys around you like that is always special. To be able to have an Andrew Wiggins of the world in your life is special in itself. And just our friendship that we had on and off the court was definitely unique, and definitely something that ran deeper than just us. It was our dads that did it first for a long time.
Now, I sat on the sidelines last year when Illawarra came down to Melbourne and watched X absolutely shred United. I think he had like 20. He had 25, 8, 6, and 4, and just they could not stop him.
Say that again?
25, 8, 6, and 4.
I think it was 26, but.
And he absolutely blew up the scout. Like I think like everyone was like go under the screen. He was just nailing all these mid-range jump shots, hitting threes, and then when they started to close out on him, he was just finishing at the ring. Obviously, Dean took notice of that and said, "This is a guy that I want to have on my team." Have you had any discussions about that game with him or anything like that?
So it's funny because our first day we weren't allowed to do contact, so they had us doing 5-on-0 non-contact stuff, and we're going through our plays. And as we come over to the sideline, Pete he looks at me, he said, "Did you teach them C5?" And C5 was our high pick and roll ball screen play that we ran every time when we played United, just because United was in such a deep drop. And he said, "Did you run C5?" And everybody started laughing because that was the play that, essentially beat Melbourne. But man, it was a fun game. It was unique for me because obviously they decided to start Tyler and bring me off the bench last year, and Tyler was hurt that game, so I got my opportunity to be able to step into that role in that starting spot where I thought I belonged, and to really flourish. And I thought I was able to put on a good display offensively, defensively, and I loved playing Melbourne last year. Every time I seen Melbourne, my eyes lit up. It was one of those things. But I'm happy to be on this side now. I'm happy to be, like I told Dino in our conversations leading up, that if I wasn't playing for Gorge, obviously because Gorge left, I would want to play for Dino. And I think they have a lot of similarities. And everything that I've been around with Dino and everything that he said to me is, just giving us the freedom to be ourselves and to play. And last year was unique for me, and I wasn't able to have that all the time with the pieces that we had. But since we walked in the door, Dino has basically told us, be yourselves, and giving us that freedom to really go out there and show who we are. And
on and off the court.
On and off the court, and I think that's special for players in itself, because we don't get that a lot, especially coming from the NBA side. We don't, we're put in boxes, we're restricted to do certain things, and we have to play certain roles. But here, Dino's, man, be yourself, and that's all we need from you. And he said, everything will fall how it's supposed to fall. And that's something that we're excited about, not just myself, but I think these boys too. That's something that's going to make us really be special this year.
JC, you hit it off with Ariel, he was pretty big already.
He is my dog. He's my dog, yeah.
What's that, why have you connected so well? What's he like?
I don't know, he's a great energy, he's goofy, so I'm goofy too, so, mesh well.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
100%. Getting a block shot there, yelling at each other. So now we gotta yell.
Now I gotta yell too. I'm like, okay, over here.
See,
For sure.
you don't strike me as a yeller, but the other two boys there.
Yeah, I'm not a yeller. I'll just talk crap on the side. But it's
infectious.
Yeah, infectious. Like you see JC yelling. We got Chris CG yelling. When do we ever see CG really yelling like that? He's a silent assassin. But you got guys like that come in. Now it's infectious. Now we see him do it. We got to do it. It's
and we all together.
Yeah, exactly.
If you scream, I scream.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
So the ultimate goal, I guess, is to win a title. Have you guys spoken about that between the three of you, and what each of you needs to do to achieve that?
I feel like, honestly, all of us are taking it day by day. I think all of us came into it wanting the ultimate goal, but at the same time, you got to stay in the present and take it day by day. But that is the ultimate goal, and I think each of us being pros know we bring to the table to help a team win. So in that aspect, I feel like that'll come when the time is needed. If I feel like X slacking, or he feels like I'm slacking the area, or JC will come, hey, you need to pick this up because this is the goal. So I think that's just a goal collectively as a organization. Not just us three.
Yeah, no, I feel it's definitely uncanny to be out the gate, especially with guys you haven't played with on the same team before. Like, we all have a good, cohesive group. I feel like just initially, I hit both of them up when I saw that they signed and I signed that. I think we can have something really special. And I think that's the goal. But like he said, we gotta worry about the now. But we all know what the goal is in mind. But I think it's a beautiful group, and the fact that we can already say, yo, we gotta do this and that is a special thing to have on the team.
Yeah, I mean, I would first say that, you know, coming into Melbourne United, the expectation is to win. Is to win a championship and nothing less. You know, I think that's the standard in itself. It's that process of that, you know, there's not going to be great days every day. You know, there's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be times where we lose a couple. But the end goal is winning a championship, and I think, like you talked about, that level of holding each other accountable day in and day out is going to be huge for us. But it's, you know, something that we have to plug away at every single day, and it's not just coming into Hoop City and practicing. It's going to be off the court. It's going to be the things that we do together. It's going to be the conversations that we have amongst each other away from basketball that are going to really bring us together. So when we do get out there, there's a sense of understanding. Like, I know what makes Tuck tick. I know what makes JC tick. I know how I can talk to these guys in order to get them going, you know? So I think there's a bunch of different aspects that play into it, and like I said, it's an accelerated process that we got to kind of continue to figure out through these next 3-4 weeks until our first game.
That's a mic drop.
Yeah, we might as well go ahead and get out of here. For sure. Nah.